Hey everybody, Adrian here. If it's the first time to my channel, welcome. If you're coming back, welcome back. Um, I'm gonna keep this one quite short, okay? I'm just coming to you. If you're more interested in what's happening, I do have a video of some information that I channeled. Um, but in this trying time, the coronavirus trying time that we're currently in, and other trying times, whenever you're looking at this video in your life, I want to remind you that as human beings, as humans as a whole, there's a lot that we've overcome in our lives before. Some more difficult situations like this, and I know we don't always want to, in moments when we are worried about things, we don't always want to hear these sort of things, but not all positive change always appear that positive in the beginning, but then as you go forward, it actually does become more positive. Um, I update that I had this morning. When I say update, I'm talking about like a download, like a what do you call it, like a channeling basically. Following my last one, I felt it becoming more light, and I was like, okay, so what's this about? And so a lot of the souls that came in, what is referred to, as the fleet of volunteers, they kind of like they've done their work and they have now left. So you'll find that there's quite a number of passings that would have actually taken place, or is busy taking place at the moment, that is actually not from the coronavirus. Okay, my cousin passed away yesterday. A neighbor that I've known for 5 years have passed away 2 days ago, and a number of other cases as well. Now, I know that it's very difficult and very challenging when these things do come about in life, but I want to just remind you that even in times, for example, when you go back to, say, like the Second World War, people survived somehow, and they had a lot less than we currently have. And I know when it comes to trying times and difficult times and new sort of circumstances, we don't always know how to deal with things. I want to make use of this opportunity to remind you all that we are never alone, that we have our soul family around us, that we have the angels that are always there for us, but we need to ask for help. Okay? I've been hearing a lot going around where people are saying that don't buy into the fear, don't be afraid. And unfortunately, some of those people are actually spiritualists as well. And here's the thing, fear is a normal human emotion. It's a natural human emotion that prevents you from taking actions that is not going to be in your best interest. Okay? So in times like these, in trying times like these, the current coronavirus that we have, which is a global problem, there is a lot of fear. It's normal for there to be a lot of fear. Okay? And it makes sense to please follow the guidelines of what you were asked to do. There's a lot of people in South Africa that are still not following the guidelines 2 days before national lockdown. And let's just remember that we are all souls having a human being experience, individual as well as collectively. Okay? If you don't want to stay at home for yourself, and if you don't want to stay at home for your own health, and if you feel that you've got nothing left to live for, sorry, and your whole life is falling apart, and all those, things, those phases that we sometimes do go through in life, you are entitled to feel that way. But also bear in mind that just because that is how you feel doesn't mean it's okay for you to, break the curfews and go around and then jeopardize other people who might actually want to stay alive. Okay? I see a lot of fear around me. I was at the shop this morning with my best friend, and there's a lot of fear. People are very on the edge. So let's try to be more understanding with each other. Let's try to be more compassionate, solidarity. Instead of maybe answering back where we often, would say something back or stand our ground or whatever, let's maybe be the ones who back, who stand back, who send love, and who understand that people are afraid, people are uncertain, people don't know what's going to happen. They're worried about their jobs, they're worried about their businesses, they're worried about their friends, they're worried about their family, they're worried about a lot of things. Okay? If you obviously live in South Africa, you're going to be worried about crime. You know, what's going to happen. You're going to worry about scarcity, about people passing, loved ones passing. Okay? So I think let's use this time, for those of you who might be looking at this who's already in lockdown or might be going into lockdown, or in South Africa who's about to go to lockdown or is in lockdown when they look at this, let's use this time to really go inside and ask, who am I? Okay? Who am I really? I personally won't be able to probably make any sort of videos for YouTube, but I'll still be on my Facebook page, Ancient Great Life, where I go live sometimes. So please do join us if you feel inclined to do so. We're more than happy to have you there. And let's just try and keep our spirits up, keep our morals up, because it's in times like these that it kind of determines who you are. Remember, in life we always have a choice. It doesn't matter what happens, you always have a choice. You can either be positive or you can be negative. And whatever that energy is that you give out, that determines your experience of life. Always, absolutely always. Okay? So everybody has uncertainty. Everybody has uncertainty. Okay? I have it, you have it, we all have it. But it's in times like these that we can decide to either rise above or we can decide to fall down the way line. And the question is, which do you decide? And that answer is usually determined by your approach to things. Okay? So from my heart, I want to send you love. I want to wish you all the best. I want to remind you that nothing in life lasts forever. And I feel that as humanity, for such a long time, we've been taking so many things for granted. Time itself, our bodies, our families, suppressing our dreams, our heart's desires, our motivations, our gut feelings. We living like life is just this blah, blah, blah thing that you need to get through. But for the first time, you really I want to encourage you to adopt a mindset of when this is over. Doesn't matter where in the world you are, but when this is over. Because now we are profoundly, as a human nation, reminded about life and how easily we can lose it, or the way that we know it, So when this is over, when this is past, because it will pass, what will I do with my life? Make that your guiding light. Place it inside your mind. Okay. I do NLP Life coaching. I'm a regression hypnotist. And I know when you place a goal inside your mind and you decide for definite, for sure, the universe must bring it to you. It must. Okay? So you really take some time inside. What do you want to do? How do you want to serve? How do you want to contribute to this world? Instead of thinking of how many things can go wrong. Many things will go wrong, and many things you think in your mind will not go wrong. Okay? Let's deal with life as and when it happens. Let's be there for us as much as we can. Let's be responsible. And really, really, really take the time. I want to encourage you so strongly during this period to not take as a time where you go out and just enjoy yourself, even if you're at home, don't get drunk every day or smoke weed every day or do drugs or whatever you do, however you maybe get out of your funk and don't want to face life. I want to challenge you to actually stay sober, stay in the moment, meditate, look after your body, work on the relationship that you have with your body, with life, with the divine, with source, and really it's like we're like a compass of north. How do you get back on north? What does that mean for you? How can you serve life? How can you serve humanity? How can you positively contribute? If we can all get into that mindset, first of all, time will pass faster. It'll experience is faster. We won't get into a depressed slump, and we'll all end up quite healthy people. Well, not all of us, but majority of humanity will end up healthy people, healthy body, healthy mind, healthy spirit. And in that sense, we can all really grow very prospectively and beautifully from all of this. Okay? So I'm going to go and take my body break because I do feel that it's needed. But know that I'm here for you, know that I'm praying for you, know that I'm sending you love and light for all of humanity, not just for fellow South Africans, for all of humanity, for all of life. Okay? Build a relationship with your pets, with your plants. Sleep, rest. We are tired. As humans, we are exhausted. That is why we make all these selfish, greedy decisions. Okay. Recuperate. I wish you all the best. And by the grace of Source of All, by the love and light of Source of All, the Divine, we'll all reconnect soon. Namaste. Love and light. Bye.